Hey, all right. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. I know I normally do not do 9 o'clock in the morning lives, but I happen to watch something that has my blood so boiling, I'm not even waiting for it to get like busier in here, nothing. I heard something this morning that put me over the edge. I'm like sitting here shaking, literally, because I cannot believe what the fuck I'm seeing. And I think this really hits home for me because I went through this, the exact same scenario. So before anybody rushes to judgment, before anybody disagrees with me, hear it hear it out from someone that's been through the exact same scenario. And when I say exact same scenario, I mean going through a tumultuous custody fight with someone that you thought was the love of your life and then having them die of an overdose and leaving your kids like, what the fuck do I tell them? So before anyone makes judgment on either side, hear the whole thing out from someone that's lived it. So let me give you a little background of what's going on. So Plunder, all right, let me back up even more. We all know Stephanie Harlowe is a content creator. She has, I don't know, close to 1 million subs, I think. She's very well known. She does CrimeCon. She does different stuff. People know who Stephanie Harlowe is. I don't need to go into who she is, whether you like her or not. Let me also preface this with, I'm not a Stephanie Harlowe fan. Like, I don't watch her. I don't watch her and Derek. I just don't like her as a creator. But as you guys know, even if I don't like you as a creator, I still fucking will stick up for what's right. So all of a sudden, I'm driving down the road and I happen to put on a creator that I don't normally listen to, but she's the only one on. And I'm listening to her and she is talking about that Plunder. Now, you all know who Plunder is. She made it big with Chris Watts case. Stop, get down. And she claims she's not into drama, but as we now know, she's in drama in her Patreon. So she ordered the PDF of Stephanie Harlowe's husband, ex-husband, the one that overdosed. Why are you ordering a PDF of Stephanie Harlowe's dead husband? I think where people have this disconnect, hey, Criminal Med, and I mean really have a disconnect. Adam is not a content creator. Adam is not on YouTube. Adam is just someone's father and someone's husband. So for people to go after Adam because they don't like Stephanie Harlowe, you're fucking disgusting. He's not the creator. If it was Stephanie Harlowe who you got a PDF on, that's one thing. I'm all for it. Like, I heard people comparing it to Nick Rekieta. Well, Nick Rekieta is a YouTuber. There's a huge difference. We're not talking about Stephanie. We're talking about her child's father. We're talking about two innocent kids. Talking about two innocent kids who lost a father. All Adam was Stephanie's husband. He wasn't front and center. He wasn't the public figure. He wasn't the one who is looking people up or going real life or any way you want to put it. He's just the father. And two innocent kids are left without a dad. And you got YouTubers that are trying to look into it. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, I can't for the life of me comprehend where people went fucking wrong. like, I saw on this live, I was listening to it, I wasn't actually watching it. Like 70% of the people were like, hey, we want to see it and it's public knowledge and blah. And I'm like choking. I'm like, oh my God, but he is not the YouTuber. But it's not her, Sweepy. It's not her. If it was her, that's one thing. It's not her. It's somebody who's not on YouTube. It's somebody's family member. That is their child, their children's father. Nobody, and I mean nobody, has a fucking right to get into now his father. Well, why don't we look up anybody's, oh, your ex died? Let me get into it. Oh, your ex died? Let's look up your ex. Why doesn't, I mean, I don't have a million followers, but what's stopping people from going after Brad to find out what happened to Brad? I mean, what the fuck? All right, but come on, Sweepy. Now you're being ridiculous. She covers true crime. That's what she does. She's not tragedy pimping. She's not exposing anybody. She's covering true crime. The Aslan, just laugh at it. I am the furthest thing from a criminal. I don't even have a criminal record, but okay. So I just can't grasp for the life of me how people think this is okay. This is the furthest thing from okay. Nobody should be looking into people's husbands' lives when there's young kids involved. Adam had issues. Adam was an addict. Adam, if the cops arrested Stephanie for murder, then I would say, hey, look into it all day long. But it's not like that. It is not like that at all. Stephanie has not been arrested. Stephanie is not being charged with murder. She is not being charged with anything. Oh no, I went to jail, Aslan, but on a custody deal. I served my proud 30 days and then 48 hours another time. But yeah, that was all for a custody fight. Anything that's ever on my record is from a custody fight. Get down! But that's what I'm saying, Criminal Med. It's nobody's fucking business about Adam. How dare these people think that they're entitled to get into the lives of Stephanie Harlow's children's father? Because at the end of the day, that's all he was to any of us. He was Stephanie Harlow's father. I mean, Stephanie Harlow's children's father. That's it. He wasn't on YouTube. He wasn't in the spotlight. He wasn't in anything. Yeah, he passed away of an overdose about 2 months ago, I want to say. We don't know what went on behind closed doors, Sweepy. But even if she did, now you're going to blame her for suicide? No. That was his choice. Seriously, Holly, I agree with you. Totally agree. And there's nothing anyone can do that can cause somebody to unalive themselves. Plain and simple. But thank you, Criminal Med. That's what I'm saying. Plunder is way out of line. And she's doing this in Patreon, no less. So this is what she talks about in her secret Patreon. She actually ordered the PDF file. Why? Why would you order a PDF file? Sweet Bee, you know how I acted at Brad's funeral? Do you want to know? I looked at him, I smiled, and I said, I hope you burn in motherfucking hell. That's what I said to Brad as laying in his casket. And then I turned to my son and I allowed him to cry. But I literally looked at him and said, I hope you burn in fucking hell. Do I regret it? No. Did I cry afterwards? Of course. I was hurting for my son. I mean, I still hurt. I still think about him. We still talk about him. But at the end of the day, I know what Stephanie's going through. I get it. I went through it. Her children just lost their father. I don't even know what I would have been like if Brad died during our custody fight. You have no idea what a tumultuous custody fight is like. The head troll, the everything, the shit that it puts on you. You have no idea. Speaking of jail, because Asim brought it up, I had never, ever had a criminal record or any record, not criminal, not civil, nothing, until my custody fight. Between the years of 2009 and 2013, all the years of my custody fight, that's when all of a sudden I got a police record. Never got anything after, never got anything before. Only during the years of my custody fight. Tumultuous custody fights are insane. 256 or 265 court dates over a matter of 6 years. Jail twice. Arrested like 3 times, both of us. Insane. So I know what it's like. If I was Stephanie Harlowe, he would have quit his job to cater to my hobby. The point is, this isn't about Stephanie. This is about an innocent father. An innocent fucking father. Fucking disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. I don't care, Corey. Doesn't matter about her control. You cannot force someone to commit suicide. You can't do it. I will never blame anybody for what someone else's mental illness or addiction. He could have gone for help. Don't blame her for his addiction. No. My son told his father not long before he died that he hated him and he never wanted to see him again. Did that leave him to commit suicide? Maybe. Who knows? But I'll never, ever allow my son to think that he caused that. So I think it's absolutely fucking vile. Anybody can say that this caused his overdose. No, he caused his overdose. Plain and simple. Nobody can force somebody else to OD. Nobody. Nobody at all. And if you think you can, you're disgusting. I don't care if she emasculated. I don't care what the fuck she did to him. He chose to OD. Plain and simple. And I'm not going to sit here and argue this point because I know I'm right. So moving on from that point. I don't know where the line got crossed that people think they're entitled to know about YouTubers' personal lives. Honestly, Susie, all ODs are technically accidental. They're all ruled accidental because unless there's a note or something, most people don't do it intentionally. Most people don't purposely OD. And I think they do it like that for insurance reasons, honestly. Like in case there's life insurance. So, but I've never seen any medical record that said like intentional overdose. It's always accidental overdose. Because they know like most addicts will think, you know, oh, I could do a little more. I could do more. It's not going to bother me. I could do more. So that's why. But I just want to know where the line got crossed. Exactly, criminal men. Where the line get crossed that people think this is okay. People think it's okay to get personal information about an innocent children's father who overdosed, who's not on YouTube. The only reason you know him is Stephanie Harlowe. Is this like a personal beef with Stephanie that people have? Because there's a lot of YouTubers whose family members die and nobody's interested in looking them up. Why Stephanie? Why are people so interested in how Adam died? Because I can pull up 100,000 100,000 YouTubers whose family members have died and nobody's bothered to look them up. If it was Christine Randall, would you look her up? If it was Bailey Sarian's boyfriend, although she's single now, but Bailey Sarian's boyfriend or husband, would you look them up? Why Stephanie? Why do you think it's okay to look up Stephanie's, to get the PDF of Stephanie Harlow's husband, ex-husband? I just don't know what the hell is wrong with you guys. Not you guys personally. I'm saying the ones that think it's okay. I don't know what's wrong with you. I just don't. Criminal Matt, I was getting there. You jumped kind of ahead. You have someone like Micah Miller, where lots of us covered it. Lots of us covered the Micah Miller situation. You look into the husband. That's one thing. That's completely different. This is not that same scenario. And how it's being compared to husbands that, you know, we look up or wives that we look up, they think that that's okay. I mean, that is okay. She got the file, a PDF file. She got a file. And I can't comprehend why you would do something like that. She has young kids. Whether you like Stephanie or not, at the end of the day, these are her children's kids. Kids that don't know any better. Kids that love their father. And I think that's also what's being forgotten here. And again, I can speak from personal experience. No matter what we thought of someone, no matter how much somebody would be an asshole or, you know, somebody is horrible, your kids don't know that. You know, assuming they're a good father or a mother. The kids don't understand that dad was a piece of shit or dad was an abuser or dad was this or dad was that. The kids just love their daddy. And they absolutely adored him. They adored Adam. So And she was with Adam for a long time. So to hear people want to get into that and destroy that, these are two innocent, I think there's two kids, yeah. Two innocent kids that are under the age of 12. Maybe one is older. I'm not totally sure of family scenario. I do know that her kids are young. Why does it matter what you think? Are you a police officer? No. Is there something wrong with you that and I'm not talking to anyone specifically, I'm saying in general. Is there something so wrong with your mind that you got to sit there um and you know pick apart Stephanie's ex-husband's PDF report? What are you going to put out there? What are you going to find? You're not a fucking police officer. If the cops had anything, they would have arrested her. The FBI would be searching her house. What do you think? You're going to discover something? The guy died of an overdose. That's it. Nothing more needs to be said. Plain and simple. It was an OD. That's it. And if there was anything more, the cops, in anything to do with her doing, well, she would have been arrested. She didn't live with her parents or have a marriage of convenience. Hey, now I have a marriage of convenience. No, but I agree with you. No, but you, Sweepy, you're not fucking entitled to know. It's not your business. It's not your fucking family. This entitlement of people is fucking mind-blowing. You don't have a right to know. You're not entitled to know. It's her life. It's her family. And that's the problem with YouTube, is all of a sudden everybody's fucking entitled. Like, oh, well, I'm curious. You know, curiosity is one thing, but entitlement is something totally different. And if you say, you know, yeah, I'm curious, I'm totally okay with that. But to act like you're entitled is ridiculous. You're not entitled. You don't know the guy. It is all over YouTube. And that's sad. That's truly sad. I feel bad for her. Curiosity is one thing, but ordering PDFs of her child's father's death is fucking disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. See, I don't know, maybe part of, besides the fact that I lived through it and I went through it, maybe part of my frustration in this is I don't care. Like, I don't know why anybody cares what happened to her ex-husband. Okay, he died of an overdose. Move on. Like, maybe that's just me, but I could care less. But I'm also, in all fairness, to give you context, I'm not into stars. I don't follow any stars except my Johnny T. But I don't care what goes on in their lives. I don't give a shit, you know, who's fucking who's reality shows I don't get into, like nothing. So in all fairness, that could be why I feel the way I feel. But I don't understand why, maybe that's why I don't understand why so many people care about what happened to her ex-husband. Like, I just don't get it. Like, just take it at face value. He died of an overdose. Move on. Go find something else to do. There's so many PDFs that Plunder could order that would be far more important than what happened with some YouTuber's husband, ex-husband. Because at the end of the day, think of the kids. These are two innocent children that love their dad, whether no matter what went on between her and him and Stephanie, loved their father. And I just cannot believe that somebody actually took the time to order a PDF file of a YouTuber's dead husband. Where do we draw the line? That's what I want to know. Where does the line get drawn? Do we just continue to do this? Where do we move the goalpost next? Where's the goalpost going to go next? All right, Sweet let me put this in context for you, okay? So me and MM have been fighting forever, all right? We've been fighting for years. Her mom passed. Do you think that the thought ever fucking crossed my mind? Oh, let me get the PDF on her mom? Like her whole family was fighting, that was public. Do you think that thought ever fucking crossed my mind? Absolutely not. Do I think her getting Brad's PDF ever crossed her mind? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's not how people think. I do have the context. That's not normal thinking. There's no curiosity that I should look into someone's private personal life. It is the same. It's exactly the same. It's you either think like that or you don't. And I'm sorry, I could never think that way. The thought had never ever crossed my mind that maybe I should look up Stephanie Harlow's PDF so I can get views and I can get so I can get more people on Patreon and I can make money off another YouTuber's death. That's fucking sick. Absolutely fucking sick. Do you have Zoom, Corey? Because I don't have StreamYards. Do you have Zoom? Hey, I'm getting you a link. All right, Corey, here. Hey, Jenny. Yay. You just reminded me, I gotta run to UPS after here. She mentioned she paid $700 for her last PDF. I forgot on who. So she said that is why I'm putting it in Patreon. And I just found out she did the same thing. Oh, you mean she also had Gannon autopsy files? Shocker. But nobody went after her for it. Corey, I dropped you a link. I put it in twice, actually. Many families dug into and YouTube doesn't seem to care. Many are curious to the nature surrounding his death and the relationship, so I don't see any difference between a YouTuber or anybody else. Yeah, I dropped StreamYards. No, I opened up StreamYards. I just refuse to pay StreamYards, $20, $40 a month or whatever. It's just not worth it. I already paid for Zoom and Streamlabs I paid for. I don't pay for it anymore, but there's no reason to pay StreamYards. I'm going to drop it one more time, Corey. Oh. See, and I'm absolutely shocked that 55% of you out of 70 votes, 55% say they're curious. I don't get it. I don't know why anybody would be curious. I guess that's what I'm having a problem with. Is why people are curious over someone else's husband's death. I don't know. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being curious, because you have every right to be curious. I'm just kind of shocked. Like, who cares? It's not our life. It doesn't affect us in any way. It reminds me of, like, people that watch. Yeah, if you're coming in late, Plunder, the creator, ordered Stephanie Harlow's ex-husband's a PDF file, his PDF file of his death, and thinks it's okay to release it in Patreon. And I think it's fucking disgusting. And I personally don't know why anybody gives a shit. But that's coming from someone who doesn't watch reality TV shows, don't care what goes on in the lives of celebrities. Like, that's just me. So I see things a little differently than people that are very into the that are very into celebrity status and drama and all this other stuff. I'm just not into that. Never have been. Yes, Plunder did that. Well, that's what we're trying to figure out is why. Why would you do that? What would make you want to fucking release private information about somebody else's father? I mean, two innocent kids' father. It's sick. Hang on, I gotta grab some batteries. Hold on. And honestly, I would say this about anybody. Doesn't matter who it is. It's wrong. It is so wrong on so many levels. And like I said, as someone who went through it and lived through it, I think it's disgusting. I really, truly do. I think it's absolutely fucking disgusting. Exactly. Leave his kids out of it. If it was just Stephanie, that's one thing. If it was Stephanie alone, okay, fine. But it's not. You have innocent children here. You have innocent children that lost their father, and innocent children who fucking love their father. Kids are resilient, but the battle that Stephanie now has raising her kids, trying to, make them understand that this wasn't anything they did. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there who have lost a parent to suicide. And honestly, that's kind of what an OD is. At least I know in many cases. A lot of times it is. And having to explain to your child that it's nothing they did and, you know, they couldn't love their father more to make it go away. They couldn't love their father more to, make him better. Like, you guys, unless you've been through it, you don't know. You just don't know what it's like. And what that kid grows up thinking. Because at the end of the day, they do have guilt. They do think it's their fault. They do think that they have, that they could have done something. They could have changed it. It's any different than putting a child on. No, it's not. Actually, personally, I think this is worse. And the reason I think it's worse is because that was a high profile case. Lots of people covered it. There wasn't anything in the autopsy photos that wasn't shown at trial. And so this is actually way worse. This is a complete jealous money grab. Ooh, let's get dirt on Stephanie Harlowe. No, it's fucking disgusting. Because this isn't Stephanie Harlowe. And again, if Stephanie was arrested, I get it. Totally get it. If Stephanie got arrested for murder, fucking get all the files you want. Stephanie gets arrested, all bets are off. Shit, lots of people will be ordering it. But that's not the case. This is Stephanie's personal and private life. And nobody has a right to dig into it the way they are. Nobody has a right to, exactly, sweetie pie. That's my whole thing. And that's what I'm saying. If Stephanie gets arrested, all bets are off. All bets are off. Do whatever you got to do. If, Stephanie's boyfriend gets arrested, do what you got to do. But that's not the case. And to put a conspiracy out there that, Stephanie had something to do with it or her boyfriend had something to do with it. No. I don't even like Stephanie, and I know that that's ridiculous. YouTube is absolutely clicks and views, and it just keeps getting worse. That's a good point, Susie Q. That really is a good point. But I'm just dumbfounded. And I heard it. I was like, is this fucking real life here? Are they really doing this? Are they really putting it out there? I'm telling you, I heard it. I was shaking. I was literally fucking shaking. Because I went through it. I know what it's like. And I couldn't even imagine. Well, let me just say, I do watch 90 Day Fiancé. So that's a reality show. I am interested in their lives. Also, it's You're a Mama's Boy. That show I also get into. But other than that, I don't care what goes on in people's lives. Honestly, I don't even follow the ones I really like. Like John Travolta, I don't know what the fuck goes on in a man's life. I follow his Instagram. I like it once in a blue moon. Same thing with Nikki Sixx. Love Nikki Sixx. On his Instagram. I couldn't tell you the first thing about his life. I know his wife owns a mail order flower service. That's about it. And his daughter owns a crystal company. And that's the thing, sweetie pie. Some people love her, some people hate her. Personally, I don't like her as a creator, but doesn't mean I've never watched her. But this isn't about being a creator. This is about right is right and wrong is wrong. And the fact that Plunder thinks it's okay to put this out there and Patreon behind a paywall, yeah, that's not a cry for clicks and views. I guess I just don't understand what's happening to this whole fucking community. Everybody's scamming each other. Everybody's fucking lying. Everybody's jumping on panels lying. Everybody's catering to these fucking narcissist criminals, these liars. I don't get it. I truly do not get it. Maybe it's time to part. I don't know. I can't fucking, it is disgusting what's gone on. Fucking weird. True, criminal man. Probably why I'm still here. But it's just to watch it from my perspective, sweetie pie, it's sick. It's absolutely sick. Because I can see what's going on. I can see all the narcissism. I can see all the fucking frauds. I could see the begging of each other and going on, oh, like Queen Bee makes money. So let's buddy up with Queen Bee. So then, we'll be fake and we'll be her bestie and we can take her subs and then her people will come to my people. And now that you share subs, now you got to be besties. Now you got to be friendly with each other. It's fucking gross. Then you have narcissists like fucking SF, who's a total fraud. Just because that one document isn't fraudulent doesn't mean he's not a fraud. I said that yesterday like 10 times. The man is still a fucking narcissistic waste of life fraud. I stand by that. And now he's got all these idiots. Oh, you're so great, SF. She's so this, she's so that, blah, blah, blah. I'm sure he's looked into my whole life 10 times over already. Like, because he doesn't look for children, he just looks for drama. And meanwhile, I haven't even given him one fucking thought. But Twitter, there's like 94 notifications. These people are sick. And they can't see what's fucking right in front of them. So it's like, now Plunder's involved in this shit? It's fucking crazy. I don't even watch most of these creators anymore. They're just not worth it. I'll stick with my fucking Kimberlea and Dark Livity and who else? Christine Randall. Even Zav Girl's not involved in any of this shit. She just stays in a little corner. But you see these people just using each other and just, oh, let's be friends just so I can get your subs. You think these people actually like each other? They don't fucking like each other. But they see one making money, so they want to weasel their way in. Then you have the flip side of people fucking constantly fighting with each other for money. Because if they stop fighting, then they can't make money. It's just crazy. And then I saw someone yesterday, which I thought this was so funny. So I think it was on Chronicles of the Shady, maybe? I don't remember where I saw it, but somebody said, oh, QB is legit. Look at all the people she has. I said to myself, you know what? I once asked that poll a long time ago. If you're justified by your numbers, that's a sad way to live. Don't be justified by your numbers, because numbers come and go. I've seen so many people with hundreds of thousands of subs that can't pull 100 in a live. I've seen people with 1 million subs that get like 500 people in a live. If you're going to justify your entire being on numbers, I advise you to go watch Joseph Morris. Joseph Morris has probably 700,000 subs, if not more. All the man does is lie. Every single thing that comes out of his mouth is a lie. He just fabricates stuff, makes stuff up, and he gets thousands of people. Is that justified? So just lie and make shit up, and as long as you get numbers? Because that's what's happening. And people like swallowing their own pride for that mighty dollar, or swallowing their own pride. Like, you really think Queen Bee and fucking and Granny's Watching actually like each other? They don't fucking like each other. They hated each other. They still don't like each other. But now they get along. Oh, you forgot about, I always use them as an example. Oh, have fun, Jenny. And check your messages, Jenny. And I've seen people that are really, really good, like really good, have 30 people in a live when they have, 500,000 subscribers. Make it make sense. You can't. And I've said it before, why 1,000 people want to listen to voices and beat Tim is beyond my comprehension. Literally beyond my comprehension. You got two fucking ass kissers who can't get out of QB's ass long enough to fucking for her to breathe. And that's what people are paying for. They're giving QB all this money to listen to fucking beat him and voices. Like it makes no sense. But hey, whatever. Nah, you can't blame her for that, sweetie pie. Honestly, it's not. She's barely. I mean, let's be fair. She's barely even on fucking panel. And think about it. You can't blame her because she's never even on panel. She doesn't run her fucking panel. She says like 5 words. I mean, if she like ran her own panels all the time, I would be with you on that. But she doesn't. She's barely there. She lets B Tim and Voices run her panel while she's busy living life. And B Tim will even say it. Oh, Queen Bee's busy right now. Dude, you're live. And all these people fall for it. Like, that's just the mentality of the community. But I definitely don't blame her for it. Yeah, I agree with that, Criminal Man. Now, GW's not stupid. Like, she's pretty street smart. But the more ass kissing I see to SF, the more it just confirms how pathetic this entire community has gotten. And I'm sorry, I'm the only one that can see what a fucking fraud he is. As far as creators go, let's not forget Kylie Rodney. Let's not forget what he said about Seth. Like, he's fucking gross. He's disgusting. But he got what he wanted. All this narcissistic supply that he's getting. Oh, you're so wonderful. You're so smart. I stand by what I said yesterday. I think all of these people were abused as a child, and that's why they look up to someone like fucking SF or B Tim because they think they're smart because they were raised in such a fucked up home. So they think these guys are smart, intelligent people or something. I don't know. But they're definitely weak looking for something. It's fucking weird. So it's not just me that have noticed that any channel genre you go to, it's fighting, slandering, etc. There's something in the air. It's money. Drama sells. That's why. I mean, think about it. Do you really think Savage has all this beef with QB? Nope. But she's making a fortune going after QB, and she's raising her sub count going after QB. So she's going after QB, and it's never gonna end. Exactly. You can tell the craziness by the number of GoFundMe's and my lawsuits. Please, I totally agree. And the clicks. Whoop, everybody's a click. You have to be part of a click. Sorry, I grew out of clicks a long time ago. Long time ago. But that's what I'm saying. It's weak people that have to feel like they belong. I don't know. It's weird to me. That's why I stick with creators that aren't involved in any of it. Don't even know who any of us are. Exactly, sweetie pie. GoFundMe is when there's not even a lawsuit. But hey, stay on that side of the fence and look how much GW has grown. She learned how to do lawsuits and everything. Hey, Rach. She learned how to do fake lawsuits and everything. But let's all talk about Betty. Let's just sit there and talk about Betty every fucking day. Oh my God, Criminal Med. Did you hear Gray yesterday? Gray gave Andrea Burkhart calling her an idiot. I was like, ouch. I think he said they were has-beens. That lawsuit was has-beens. And that they've seen better days. I was like, ouch, Gray, really? I happen to like Andrea. And I also like, oh, here's another thing. I was listening to Melanie Little yesterday. I was listening last night when I was doing your candles, actually. And someone came in there and said something to her about her eyes. Like she needed surgery on her eyes or something. And she said something that I was like, you know what? I got to use that. She's like, who the hell do you think you are coming into my house insulting me and think you're going to get away with it? And they're right. I don't go into chats just to spew hate. I'd rather you not be there at all. And I just thought it was very true. Very informative. Well, that's only since they're reading the Delphi case. Like I do find it's great to listen to them like when I'm doing something, but that's also why I like Melanie Little. I almost didn't give her a chance because of the Glera. I was like, anyone that's close with the Glera, eh. But I think I was playing with the dog outside, and she was the only one on, so I listened to her. She's actually not boring. I I find her enjoyable. Like I could listen to her for hours more than other people. Um, and she's reading this document. It is not easy to read like a 123-page document and keep people interested, but she does because like she throws in little things here and there. Yeah, she was like, I'm almost 60 years old. I'm sorry, I think I look pretty good. She's like, I don't need surgery. I think I look damn good for almost 60. I'm like thinking to myself, I laughed. I'm like, you go, Melanie. I think she's from Long Island too, but I do. I enjoy her. She is good. That's what I'm saying. Like, I never, listening to someone read documents is hard. Hard, hard. But with her, she reads it, she stops here and there, she gives an opinion. Like, she's really good. Like, I, one of the few I can listen to for a few hours. And then when she's done, I'm like, no, don't leave. I got more work to do. I can't do Drip Drop Guy. I can't look at him. I can't take him serious. He's too conspiracy theory. So what are you guys' thoughts on Delphi? Here's my thing. I don't know if he's guilty or innocent, but the police stuff is definitely questionable, and I cannot go with these confessions. Nobody confesses like this in the history of confessions. So when Gray keeps throwing that out there, I totally disagree with him. And he's saying he had access, only the killer knew. No, that's what the cops fed him. So I really have a hard time believing that there's not major corruption here. And you can't outrule what Elvis said. And why that is not being taken seriously, I don't know. But that's pretty fucking. And then all the deaths Have you guys heard about all the deaths related to possible eyewitnesses in Delphi? It's mind blowing. There's more deaths than fucking P. Diddy. I thought P. Diddy had a lot of deaths connected to him. No, these cops have a lot of deaths. Even Elvis's sister, we found out last night in these documents that even Elvis's sister, she passed a lie detector. So she wasn't lying that Elvis came to her and said, you know, I'm now part of a gang and, you know, we killed 2 girls and I spit on them and blah, blah, blah. She passed a lie detector test. And then the girl who administered the lie detector test, fucking, guess what? Her house went on fire. She's dead. Really? And something else happened like that. Hey, Kim. And something else happened like that. Maybe it was a group thing, and that's why he's acting so odd in prison. I don't think he was involved, though. And I wish Elvis would drop names. But I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think Elvis had a connection to Richard Allen. I really think Richard Allen was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. But for her to pass the lie detector and then that woman dies, that's the other thing, PR. I don't know how many of you guys followed Making a Murderer with me, but what we learned during Making a Murderer, there's something in Wisconsin, I guess it's just a Wisconsin thing, called the Denny Rule. And what the Denny Rule is, they will not allow third party uh third party alternatives without meeting, I forgot exactly what it was, but you have to meet a certain level, you have to meet a certain criteria in order to allow Denny rules into the um into the courtroom, which we were all fighting the Denny rule back in Making a Murderer days. But the truth is, if every single person stated, oh, well, this one did it. If I said Kim did it, Kim, you know, I didn't murder him, Kim did. Okay. And even if there's different criteria, every criminal did that, nobody would ever be found guilty because you put reasonable doubt in the mind of a juror every single time. So the fact that the judge is kind of following the Denny rule criteria, I understand that. I think most states do. So I'm not sure why everybody is making such a huge deal out of that, considering I think every state has their own type of Denny rule. And maybe the reason why they're not allowing the Odinist into it is because they're not meeting the other criteria. That's my guess. But let me find out what the criteria is. Okay, 3 factors have to be present in order for it to apply, and that is motive, opportunity, and direct connection. If the third party, if you cannot prove motive, opportunity, or a direct connection, you cannot offer that third party info. And I'm thinking that the judge is using like a Denny rule kind of thing based on that. That's just, I'm not a lawyer, that's just my educated guess. Like when they're trying to present the Odinism, is there motive, opportunity, and direct connection in it? Maybe this is Indiana's rule of the Denny rule. You know what I mean? That's just the one thing that I thought of because I learned about the Denny rule when we were covering Making a Murderer. You know, if you look at Odinism, they can't prove motive. They have no idea why somebody did it. Can they prove opportunity? Absolutely. Can they prove direct connection? Yeah, they can. But they can't prove motive. And hold on. Let me look. I'm going to go one step ahead. I said that too, PR. Does Indiana All right. I'm not really showing Indiana has anything like the Denny law, but I feel like they must. Like they must have their own version somehow. Third party. They keep giving me cases with someone named Denny. The factual disputes. See, yeah, Denny law, I think it's just in Wisconsin. Because everything about it keeps bringing me back to Wisconsin. Third party. See, PR, they're saying that, but I don't know. None of them are Indiana lawyers, as far as I'm concerned. Diddy is an Odin, is he? I wouldn't doubt it. Yo, he killed Tupac and Biggie. Yeah, everything I'm seeing about Denny Motion is straight Wisconsin. I'm sorry, Melanie. Defenses relating to culpability. Yeah, this is all Wisconsin. Oh, wait, what's this? Oh. I don't know. I just feel like every state, even though I don't know the legalese, like what's right and what's not, for, obviously I'm not an attorney, but I just feel like every single state has to have their own type of Denny law. Because otherwise, people could just blame anybody they want. And then nobody would ever get found. All right, hold on. Indiana. Okay. In Indiana, for third-party culpability defense is a legal strategy that uses evidence to show that someone other than the defendant committed the crime. This type of evidence is relevant when the defendant disputes their role in the crime. However, some states and federal courts impose additional requirements to admitting this evidence, known as the direct connection doctrines. In order to present third-party culpability evidence, the defense must make an application to the court as soon as possible, provide an offer of proof that explains how the evidence will implicate the third party, give the prosecution a chance to be heard, allow the court to assess the arguments, and decide what evidence to allow. The evidence must be relevant and outweigh any risks of delay, prejudice, or confusion. It must also be sufficiently connected to the crime and not so speculative that it's remote. That's why. So the defense may not have done that. And honestly, I'm very surprised that the lawyers covering it are not telling their audiences. Like, Judge Gull could be like this because she's just an asshole, or it could be she's actually following the rules and the defense has not presented it the way it needs to be presented. And that is a high possibility. So I don't know why she's not presenting it correctly. Like, why none of the lawyers are saying it. Indiana, you big banana. Indiana, the hell with you may give insight on how others feel about Indiana. What is third-party culpability? Not found. Defense did several motions for a well-written motion. Okay. Then they could win on appeal. I'm just saying that I'm just wondering if there's more to it than we know. Because I'm telling you, every single time I hear people talk about third party and blaming this one, I have to go back to the Denny rule. Because we were all blown away by that. Because when they applied the Denny rule on making a murderer, we were like, that's bullshit, blah, blah, blah. But it's actually a pretty smart rule. Yeah, this is one case I will say is very strong on appeal due to this 123-page document that was filed last year. And there's no evidence to convict. But here's my thing. And this is where I really feel bad for the jurors. I do not believe that Richard Allen will be found alive if he's found not guilty. I do not think that he will survive. If the jury finds him not guilty, I wouldn't be surprised if something happened with them. And I hate to say that, but with the criminal history of this entire police and how certain people have died over the course of the last 5 years and how things have disappeared, if he's found not guilty, he will not survive. And he needs to get the fuck out of Indiana. That's what I'm saying. Same thing with Karen Reed. I don't know if Karen Reed will survive. These people are too... I mean, look what happened to the other one in Boston. She died. And that's sad, though, that you're probably safer in prison than you are on the outside. Exactly. The original FBI agent with the Odinist theory died. Why did they want the FBI off of it? That's another thing. Why did they take the FBI off of it? They're way too fucking shady. And to be honest, I'm still not ruling out that a cop is involved. And they all died in these weird ways. Where it kind of looks like an accident, but it wasn't an accident, but it looks like an accident. Amen to that, PR. That is so true. Oh, Kim, you didn't see my avatar in the corner? Yeah, I've been using the avatar for a while. So this way you guys have something to look at. It's supposed to follow my movements and stuff, but it doesn't. Zoom sucks. I mean, it does a little, but it's supposed to be better. It's supposed to be like iPhone that really follows. Guys, hit that thumbs up. All right, so we have 108 votes, which means we should have 108 likes. But we have 108 votes, and if there's more, I'm curious, and there is absolutely disgusting. I'm shocked. I really am shocked. Uh... 35. Why did it make FBI? Yeah, that's another thing. Good point, Criminal Med. I don't get that either. I heard that yesterday, that Delphi police or something told the FBI to give them all their research, all their information. Why? What are you hiding? Like, literally, what the fuck are you hiding? FBI doesn't owe you anything. They don't have to give you all their information. Why do you want their information? Did you not do your own information? I'm telling you, I was really surprised by that yesterday. I was like, is this like real life? All right. Is third-party culpability is admissible in criminal trials if the evidence probative value outweighs any potential risks of prejudice, confusion, or delay. Same thing. I never heard of that either, but I was wondering if that was a normal thing, if that was very odd. Because I was like, why the fuck are they asking for all the FBI notes? You hear Karma snoring? Oh, that's Buka. Buka snoring. Can you guys hear that? My book is getting old. I'm gonna be a dog. All they do is sleep. Sleep, eat, play, cuddle, and shit. That's all doggies do. All right, I'm gonna get off though. I gotta get to UPS, drop off some packages. And I have to work on the website. But Criminal Med, the Tequila Sunset one is up. That one's ready to go. So you can hit 2 of those while I get the other ones up. But I'm glad you like them. I worked hard on them. Thank you, Susie Q. So I am going to close out with hit that thumbs up. But what I am going to close out with is please leave Stephanie Harlow's family alone. You have no right to know what goes on in a private home. You have no right to know. Nobody's entitled to know what Stephanie Harlow's private life is. Nobody's entitled to know how Adam died unless Stephanie gets arrested. I mean, shit, look at all the ODs out there. How come nobody's writing about other YouTubers who died? Get the PDF on them. There's so many other people. And, you know, here's the other thing. If you want to look this up a year from now, that's one thing. Dude, it just happened. Like, she just came back to YouTube. This is very fresh for her kids. And if even if you hate Stephanie to death, think of her kids. Think of how her kids would feel that their dad's death report is in someone's Patreon or is on YouTube. He didn't sign up for that. They didn't sign up for that. That's Steph, you know, if it was Stephanie, that's one thing. But this is just her husband. Leave her the fuck alone. And think of her kids. Your curiosity is not as important as her children's, you know, well-being and her children's mentality and her children's hearts. You know, that's their father. And your curiosity needs to go second to, you know, their kids getting through this. And their kids really need to get through this without social media. And, you know, Stephanie is a influencer. She does have hundreds of thousands of subs. So it's not one of the, and she does make a living on YouTube. And this is her job. And just like any other job, you take some time off and you get right back to it. Subs may see her differently. Subs may see her, oh, just get off YouTube. But no, this is her job. This is her career. This is what she does. She put blood, sweat, and tears into it. She's obviously not going to make it as an actress, but, you know, fair is fair. So, I don't know. That's my opinion. You guys think what you want. I just think it's fucking gross. So, leave Stephanie's kids and family alone. That's all I got to say. Love you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow or maybe tonight, depending. And that's it. All right. I'll see you guys later. Peace.